To welcome to shaking the table. Oh yeah, we shaking the table out here in the street. Well, I mean, we're not in the streets, but TeLisa more so is in the streets than I am because she's a mobile groomer.
Yeah.
But welcome to Shaking the Table. We are two entrepreneurs in the pet care industry that have done a lot, seen a lot, heard a lot. And now it's just two friends having a conversation about what we've learned in entrepreneurship, the lessons that it taught us, and hopefully it inspires somebody listening to us at some point that, hey, you're not alone going through all of this stuff. If anything, definitely, if it resonates with you, leave a comment, like, share, subscribe, tell all your friends that's in the pet industry. Because look, we're not going through these things alone. So just now at this point, it's just TeLisa and I just having conversations and just talking, checking in with each other
Yeah.
and having a good time. So welcome to Shaking the Table. I'm Wayne, by the way. If you didn't
You
know,
said my
if you
name
didn't know
twice
that.
already, so I
I know.
mean,
Y'all know TeLisa, but I'm Wayne, by the way. All right, TeLisa. Oh, all right. What? I guess. I mean, the question I always ask is, what mats your fur? Um, but you told. All right. So backstory: we literally just wrapped up one of the best events that we have put on with Petlanta. Okay. We put on PETx ATL. So you heard of TEDx, but this is PetX. So we gathered pet professionals who have scaled their businesses, grown their business, made six and seven figures, training pet sitting, veterinarians, myself. We were able to just share our knowledge and our experience in entrepreneurship with others that are in, whether they're new, old, thinking about it, in the entrepreneurship realm of pet care. So it was a great event. It was a great networking event. We had a bunch of great speakers. A lot of people made great connections, good conversation, great energy. The vibes were good. Everybody was able to eat and drink and do and be merry and do what they needed to do. It was great. Like I don't have any complaints that
can't be
would
fixed.
have made the event bad. It's like
Correct.
it's one of those things where we put on we put it on. It was the first time us putting on an event to this magnitude. And you see what works and you see what doesn't work. So you learn now, next event, I know that I need an event coordinator. I need somebody to handle all of the coordination type stuff, right? Because I was running around doing everything. But um, I know that for next time,
Yeah.
but other than that, everything else was fine. Like shout out to the team, shout out to everybody and that's another thing that I really enjoyed. Everybody was, hey Wayne, what do you need help with?
Yeah. Everybody played their part. Everybody.
Everybody did that. So I'm truly grateful for that. Everybody literally was like, hey, what do you need help with? And I am extremely grateful for that. So, but otherwise, I say cheers, raise up my coffee. Cheers to
Oh wait.
a successful
Cheers. You see that?
cheers to
Product
a
placement.
successful event. And I look forward to the next one.
Yeah. It was good. I can honestly say like I learned some things. It was very informative. Like we were talking before we started recording, that even if you weren't in pet care, like there was something you could have taken because it was about business. It wasn't just about, oh, I work with dogs all day.
Mhm. Right.
Um, everybody came and put their best foot forward as far as the speakers go. There were visuals, but the PowerPoints was PowerPointing, okay?
Yeah.
Because I was like, let me tell you something right now. If somebody asked me to come speak, I'm not bringing no PowerPoint. Y'all ain't got nothing to look at but me.
told them that was the requirement. I need at least 5 to 6 slides.
Ooh,
Okay, 5 to 6 slides. That's it. 1 to 2 minutes per slide, 5 to 6 slides. Like we're not trying to make it a drawn out thing. Everybody had 10, 11 minutes to speak.
okay, okay. Um, but it was really good. I don't think I would change anything just coming from a spectator's point of view because I know y'all had some kinks in the beginning, but people were networking. They were standing around talking, like you said, eating, drinking, and being merry. So the things that were going on in the background weren't really like noticeable. It didn't look intentional that it started late. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Um, because it is a
Yeah,
networking event and people should be standing around talking to each other. Like that's the
for
whole
sure.
of a networking event. So that was the opportunity for people to stand around and talk to each other. And
Absolutely.
then once it started rolling and we ended on time. So what's the complaint?
And you know what? And which is crazy because like I made a whole like time, all right, from 5:30 to 5:40,
Oh, I believe it.
5:40 to
I believe it. I
6:15.
believe you did that.
There was a whole time frame, right? And literally the event was supposed to start at 6. I mean, people started showing up at like 5:45, 5:50. And we were supposed to do the welcome around like 6:30. The welcome didn't start until like 7:10-ish. And but again, like you said, nobody noticed that it wasn't supposed to start. Like nobody noticed that we were late.
Well,
Um,
I'm gonna tell you from a customer service standpoint, when you're feeding people and giving people drinks, they don't care about the time because
anything
they're
else?
being occupied with other things.
Yeah,
And like I said, because it's a networking event, everybody's walking around. Hey, nice to meet you. What do you do? Like there was that happening. So
gotcha.
nobody's noticing that it didn't start on time.
I
You
gotcha.
have your type A schedule, but sometimes you
You
just
just
gotta
gotta
let
let it
things
happen.
happen.
You just gotta let it happen. I
You probably
know.
had the networking going on at the end, but it went well happening at the beginning.
Yeah, no, it was in the beginning and then at the end. So it was supposed to like come in, check in, get some drinks, network, and then we start the welcome at like 6:35, 6:40-ish, and then go into the speakers. But it was a full hour of networking, which was like you said, which was great. Like everybody said they had a great time. Like I haven't gotten any bad feedback about it. So I'm like, pats on the back, right?
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I had a good time. And like you said, we stopped on time, surprisingly. Like even though it was supposed to stop at 9, we still got out of there at 10. So like 10 was the hard out. And we were able to still get out of there like at 10, but at least like a little bit after. But it wasn't like bad. Like it wasn't, we were knocking chairs down at 10 o'clock, so yeah, I'm grateful. Everybody's like, in the moment, like in hindsight, I am like happy that all of this happened, right? But in the moment, you're like, this is my business, this is my organization, this is my baby, this is my name, this is everything, all the hard work that I put in, so I need to make sure that it's running smooth. I need to make sure that everything is where it needs to be, everybody's where they need to be, and things like that. And so that's why I'm running around sweating, making sure stuff gets done.
Real
But
sweaty.
yeah, like
Camille,
real
I said
sweat.
he gonna burst into flames if he don't stop moving around.
And then I didn't even put my clothes on until like 5:55. So like I was still in my outside clothes. Like I didn't even change my clothes or anything. And then
You're
even
the best.
sweated through that in the back.
Because you would
I
have
was
been
like,
like a snowman
oh
in the
Lord.
summertime otherwise.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna tell them next time they just need to turn the fans on a little earlier.
Where them
Get some
fans at?
get some air flowing through there because that's the only you know what? And I would say it was just warm. It was just
It
warm. That
was.
was it. It was just warm in the beginning, but that was it. I will say that. But otherwise, I mean, it was just a matter of turning the fans on and turning the AC down. That was it. Otherwise, I'm blown away.
And I will say
It
this,
feel. Go ahead.
I'm proud of myself because I actually networked, okay?
Proud of you too.
I actually networked. Because I don't talk to nobody I don't want to talk to no more. I pay other people to talk to people now.
Yeah,
Um, but I
feels
did
good.
actually network. I took a lot of social media pages and I even exchanged numbers with somebody.
Hmm.
Um, And I will say, like, a lot of it was really organic, like conversations amongst colleagues sometimes kind
Hmm.
of feel forced,
Yeah.
but had some good conversation. Mr. Darius shared some very personal stories with me. And I absolutely love him for that. Like, he told me about
But
this incident that recently happened at his location, which I will not speak about on the internet.
oh yeah, I meant to follow up about him with that. He told me that it happened on Saturday.
Yes, he showed me the
Yes.
videos and all the photos. Ew.
Okay. Yeah, now I gotta follow up with him on that. I'm like, all right, bro, we didn't get to talk about it, but
He was
yeah.
like, if you ever need anything, call me. I said, I like you because you be doing stuff.
And he right down the street from you.
He is. He is.
He's
He's
right down the street in Tucker. But you know what? I can see because of that, I can see why he was so like contracts, criminal
yeah.
lawyer,
Listen,
make
because
sure all of this stuff.
I had to have the conversation because I'm like, this man has mentioned contracts in black and white. So many, every time he opened his mouth, black and white, contracts, lawyers.
Yeah,
I was like, I have to take him aside and I
yeah,
have to find out what happened. I have to.
yeah.
I was like, sir, you gotta tell me. I said, if it's too personal, I understand. But if it's just business, please tell me what happened. I need to know. I want to know why you so adamant about this. Like it's definitely something like if you're in business, you should have locked in. You should have your
Yeah,
contract down. You should have lawyers on retainer because
important.
ish happens all the time. Even when ish ain't happening. Like
Just check in just to be like, hey,
but he was just so like locked in on that topic. I was like, it's some trauma behind it. And
what
I want
motivates you?
to
What
know.
what motivates you to keep going? Contracts,
Yes.
lawyers. That's my boy though.
I
I
was
ain't
like,
even
that was
mad at him.
wildly
Like that's my
irrelevant,
boy.
but okay. Okay.
How do you trust how do you trust your employees when you're not the contracts?
Contracts. Right. Okay.
I love it. No, no, I ain't even. But
He said,
it's a
I
point.
have no other advice for you. Contract.
If it ain't in black and white, it
It
didn't
don't
happen.
matter.
That it did. That's it. That's
Yeah.
all they looking at is what you can prove. What's the? It's so I forgot what show it is. It's like it doesn't matter what the person did. It's what you can prove in court. That is it.
Yeah.
Is what you can prove. What are the facts?
Yeah. But he
Yeah,
he told me a couple
that's
incidences
my boy.
where like it was absolutely yeah. He lost a lot of money because his contracts was not in order in the beginning. So
Yeah,
I get it. I get it. Because the money he was talking
absolutely.
about he lost was we didn't talk about no dimes and nickels.
It ain't small money.
Right.
It's doing big things out here, and it ain't small money. So I definitely get making sure, and that's why I touched on having systems, because if you don't have a booking system, if you don't have a service agreement, if you don't have rules and regulations for your business, if you don't set the standard, if you don't have these contracts, if we don't have employment contracts, if you don't have contractor contracts, if you don't have just whatever Like, so even with like something as small, even though it's not small, but even as something as small as like sending a client a text message and saying, hey, your dog is matted. We may have to shave down. Here's the extra prices. Please be wary of we're going to avoid injury as much as we can. But until we get in there and do what we need to do, I need you to be wary of what might happen. I need you to sign, not even sign it. I need you to read this and respond, I agree. Just something as simple as that. Respond, I agree. So then that way, when something comes up, if something comes up, you have protected yourself and you protected your business because the client read it, agreed to it, and allowed you to continue doing what you needed to do. So yeah, making sure all of that is in place is extremely important for sure. But otherwise, I think everybody did really, really good. Um, Yeah, I mean, I don't have any negative things to say. I'm thinking about like the AV system, not the presentations. Like the
Right.
presentations were great. Everybody spoke really well about their stuff. But again, nobody noticed that there was issues going on back there. And then it's technology, right? So it's
Right.
like on the back end, you see all of this stuff, but what people see who attended, they did not see any mishaps or anything going wrong, right? Um, like even down to not having the right pole for the banner, and we had to put the banner up with tape, and then put the balloon columns
The poles
along
didn't
the
come with the
side.
banner?
No,
That's crazy.
no, they were out of stock when I went to go get the banners.
I would have canceled the
So
whole order because I need the whole thing.
but you know what? And I thought about that, but I was like, we got a few days left. You know, I mean, it'll be ready for the next one. I'll order one off of Amazon. I think it's like 140 or something like that. But and then we tried to go get some different banners, but I mean not banners, poles, but those poles are not wasn't big enough for the banner. It was like a small uh uh projector screen banner thing with the screen. So it wasn't holding up a big 8 by 10 heavy commercialized banner. But it was cool. It was small things, you know, it was all small things. And me, you know, you
And
see everything.
it's stuff that you can, make note of and
Yeah.
will easily not have that problem the next time.
Right. Right. And then just keep getting back. And I love the amount of feedback that came with the whole thing from everybody's point of view, because that showed me like, okay, we had our stuff in order and we were able to do what we needed to do. And people got value from it. People made connections, people networked, everybody had a good time. Like, it wasn't like, oh, not like even down to the time. Like a lot of people didn't even leave early. A lot of people stayed to the end, which was great too, because then that was another factor, you know, us starting a little bit later. So, of course, you know, it's eating into your Sunday evenings.
Yeah.
But even with it being on Sunday, we had a great turnout. I think it was about like 40 something people there. So,
Because the last time we talked, it wasn't before people.
it wasn't, but right,
So when I
right.
walked in and saw more than four people, I was like, okay, okay, come on, turn out.
No, for real. Because I was just like, in the beginning, only a few people RSVP. And then it got up until like
You know us
Friday,
though.
Saturday. And
But
then
you know
everybody
us.
started RSVPing. And then of course people just showed up at the event. So then that was just like we know black folks. We knew that that was going to happen.
You know us.
We knew that was going to happen. Oh, another thing that I am proud of was the diversity there. I'm proud of the diversity there because it gets other cultures and other points of views and other resources and other, you know, just their networks connected into what we're doing here. And then it also helped out with their businesses, getting other pet professionals to see what they're doing and be, and network with them too. So that was great. I never intended, and what's crazy is like, uh, I got sent a message a few days ago, and a young lady was asking whether or not she can be a member or be part of the organization, or is this basically a black only thing? And I was like, no, like you can be part of it. You're in the pet industry. Like it's not, doesn't matter what color you are or gender, creed, whatever. It's just, are you in the pet industry and do you have an affinity for pet healthcare and resource making and building up this community? That's it. So I'm glad that we
It feels
had
great.
more people there. Hmm?
Got something to say.
What? What?
Okay, so I was talking to my mom about this yesterday because she asked me, was there diversity there? I was like, yes, but not really. And I was like, but that's also not Wayne's fault because
Mhm.
he puts it out there for everybody. Like he posts on all the Facebook groups and all of that stuff, but because the faces are all on the website. He started it with his group of close friends, like, and his circle look like him. But
Very true.
nowhere and at no time did he say, "Oh, Petlanta is an all black organization where we're trying to," you know what I'm saying? Like, it just so happens that his
Yeah,
small circle of friends are black. And
yeah,
that's who he started it with. So that's what the faces look like on the website and on the
yeah,
social media. But all it takes is for Susan to bring her bather with her,
yeah.
post pictures, and they be like, oh, so everybody's welcome. When did we ever say nobody was welcome?
And that's my like great point because
We are not the
again,
problem. Your closed mindedness is the
yeah.
problem.
And there's no type of verbiage, no type of language, anything that suggests otherwise. It's just the visual aspect of it, the optics. Like, yeah, all you see is black folk because we gravitate towards each other, especially when we're like-minded. But everybody is welcome. Like, you walk a dog, you're welcome. I don't care what if you green, blue, yellow, purple. Like, you are welcome. Now, I'm gonna have some questions because why are you green, blue, yellow, or purple? But at the end of the day, if you walk a dog, you are welcome to be part of the organization. Like it, and I wish that some of the people that responded so negatively in those Facebook groups attended. Like I get the whole miscommunication and oh, this is not just a groomer thing, and which is
I
crazy
don't get it.
because
You might get it, but I don't get it. And I
it's
really want to
it's
be like,
yeah, no, trust me. The old shit, whoo, the guy that we're working not to be, that guy would have been like that too. But it's just like y'all, they gave so much negative like pushback, like who are these experts and what are y'all talking about and all of this stuff. And I'm like, if you find value in what we're doing, then just be there, be in the room, network with other people. People need to realize that networking outside of your immediate field would help you grow your business. Like as a groomer, I got so many clients from pet sitters, dog walkers, uh, transport, trainers, veterinarians. I got I get people constantly from veterinarians just because veterinarians aren't grooming dogs. So then of course the people are like, do you know a groomer? guess who they're going to refer them to, especially if they're in my immediate area. So just networking with just groomers or just networking with just the people that are in your industry is wild to me because that's why you feel like you have to compete with them because they're not going to teach you how to grow your business and how to run your business and how to get clients and how to communicate and what systems to use and things like that. Because they're looking at you like, why am I teaching you all the stuff that I know so that you can take my clients? No, let's network with somebody who's doing something to handle the bigger goal. The bigger
Yeah.
goal
Yeah.
is teaching pet parents how to take care of their pets properly. The goal is making sure that we provide everything that we need to provide for the pets so that they can get taken care of properly. And you get that by talking to other people outside of your field. I don't even know how many groomers were there today, if
Me.
any,
Actually, I didn't talk to another groomer.
at
I met
all.
I met pet sitters, vets, um,
Breeders, horse
I,
people,
I met breeders, I met horses.
water cremation.
Um, I met people not even in pet care.
My
So
point, like, why don't people see the value in that?
it's the first one. It's the first one.
I mean, I get it. Yes, it's the first one, 100%. But we've also been doing this.
But the attendance for the next one should be better
It's going to be
and
a lot
better
better.
and better.
It's going to be a lot better.
There should always
Uh,
be growth.
I'm excited.
And as long as there's growth, you shouldn't be bothered by it at all.
Uh,
You know, as much as we want to be like, oh, diversity and inclusion, the only time they want to be included is when they think they being left out.
where there's drama.
So you can still be successful in your majority bubble.
Yeah. No, and for sure. And like I was telling Nikita, um, of course everybody was like, it's a great turnout. Because she expressed the same thing. She was like, I shared it to other groups and I shared it to Facebook groups, and so many people had so many things to say about it. And I told her, I was like, look, those that needed to be here made it here.
But it was
And
the same
that's that.
thing with, they felt the same way about the Puffer League tour. But then when they
Yeah.
ran the second one, only one white person signed up to do it, and that was Brittany.
Yeah.
And she's from Louisiana, so is she really white? But like,
She's just light skinned.
right, like it's probably some Creole in there somewhere. But
Yeah.
like, so it's not that we're trying to keep them out, and we've never, like in all of our history, never done anything to keep them out. We do things because we get left out.
Yeah.
Because there are people in our industry who are of different races, who are doing well, who are experts, who are successful, but don't get the invitations because they ain't got 100 million followers on social media.
Yeah. And I'd rather have
Who
a
are
hundred
you?
followers.
Who is you?
Yeah. I'd rather have 100 followers with 100% engagement, and those 100 people know me rather than a million followers and I'm only getting the same 10 people that do the same thing.
Yeah.
So
And that's my thing. Like I have no desire to grow my social media because my clients, I don't know if they love me, but they know I don't fuck around
yeah,
because of what I choose to post on my social media.
yeah. You
And I
you
get a
set the
lot of, I
you
signed
set
up
the
posts and
standard.
I brush my dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, but you can't
Yeah,
be nice to everybody. And
no,
that's just how I choose to operate. Because I'm not
I
gonna
get
beg
it.
y'all to brush y'all dog. I'm not gonna sing and dance. I'm not. finna have a content creation day. Like that's just not me. And social media is not for everybody. That's not part of my business model. So
Hmm.
when the spirit hits me to get on here and say something sideways in my story, I'm gonna get on here and say something sideways in my story.
Hmm.
You mad because I shaved down your dog? Did you tell people why I shaved down your dog?
Of course not. They don't want to take accountability for their actions.
And like I had a new client the other day. She had 125-pound golden retriever, bro.
Why do you have such
I
a dog?
was dematting and de-shedding. And she was like, what did she say to me?
Y'all stress me out.
He was like, I know that he's big. Do you service dogs this big? Because according to my website, I do not do anything over 100 pounds. But
Yeah.
like if they call and be like, hey, whatever, I'll take a stab at it once.
275.
Oh, it was more than 275, baby boy. It was more than
Good.
275 at the end of it. But
Yeah.
like, but I told her, I said, in no world is a golden retriever supposed to be 125 pounds. Like, I just want to be very clear. And the reason your groom costs as much as it does is because he weighs so much.
Yeah.
Like, he was so big, he wouldn't stand up the entire groom because he's severely overweight.
Yeah.
Like, and how does a golden retriever
Get that
become
big.
overweight?
I mean, besides eating
Our
everything,
energy
they are
from
very
work,
active
yeah.
dogs. Yeah.
Like, how does that happen? Well, we all know how it happens. One too many Chick-fil-A nuggets is how it happens. But like,
Didn't eat today. Here's bowl number 5.
right, the free feeding that people are into and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
I have access to food all day long. I feel like my dog should too. Water. That's what your dog should have access to all day, every day.
Just
Water.
look at you like, are you serious right now?
Because dogs will eat as long as there's food there.
Yes, and not care. They'll throw it up and eat, throw it.
They
Okay.
don't eat all
The all
day.
the
You leave the food there. You don't, that's just like you sitting in front of your refrigerator and eating everything in your refrigerator till your refrigerator is empty.
yeah, full, still eating.
Now you're down to sticks of butter and you still eating them because it's edible and it's in there.
Put a little tahini on
But I told her straight up, I was like, in no world should a golden retriever be this big.
for sure.
And she left me a 5-star review on Google.
And you know what? And
I'm gonna be
I
real out here. And either
yeah,
you like it or you don't.
and there's nothing wrong with that. So many people are scared of not being real or correct or educating their clients because they are afraid of losing said clients. But these people want to be educated on proper pet health care, especially if it's going to save them some money.
Hey, bro. And I tell people all the time, if your dog weighed what it's supposed to weigh, your groom would be cheaper.
A lot cheaper. A
Because
whole
it's
lot
supposed to
cheaper.
be a small dog. This is a Yorkie and it weighs 24 pounds. So now you're getting charged a medium-sized dog fee for
Hmm.
your small dog. I'm charging for my future back pains.
Yeah. Wrist pain, back pain, ankle pain, knee pain, everything. Okay.
Because when
Everything.
I have to figure out how to hoist your dog up to be able to groom his butt and legs, like I'm charging for that. I
Yeah.
don't care if your Cocker Spaniel is supposed to be a small dog. He's 60 pounds, so he getting a large dog fee.
Yeah. 1,000%. 1,000%.
And I'm gonna continue to charge by weight because Obesity in America.
Mhm. Too obesity.
Capitalism and obesity in America.
No, but all right. Well, I mean, any lasting advice
No.
for pet professionals?
Congratulations on your event. This wasn't about the pet professionals today.
No,
Congratulations on your event. I give it two thumbs up and
thanks. That means
can't
a
wait
lot,
for
people.
September.
Yeah. That means a lot, people. Get you a TeLisa in your life. She'll keep you accountable and keep you on the straight path. Okay. When it's something that TeLisa gives you two thumbs up, you know you done did good.
Shut
You
up.
did good.
Because I don't be giving out I don't be giving out kudos like that. So
Uh-uh.
they do have
TeLisa
value.
is a Kanye West in your life. Be grateful that I showed up to this. I'm gonna tell you the truth. Okay.
No, but I needed the event as well. Because I've been lacking in productivity and motivation and inspiration. So,
That so
being around people who are doing the things, it lights the fire a little bit.
yeah.
Especially being around people who have been in the industry a whole lot longer
Mhm.
and being able to ask them like, how do you stay? How do
Yeah.
you stay? Like Jalen said, how you stay motivated?
When you don't want to, which is a great question.
I
Which is
said,
an
because the bills
absolutely
is
great
due,
question.
but
Yeah.
everybody has very unique answers on their whys and how they stay motivated. So
Mhm.
I think that was a real good way to end the Q&A. He did
Oh,
good with
yeah. That was a great. He ate, as the kids would say, he
A.
ate with that one. Okay, well, my last question before we do get off. You just mentioned it. So when we were talking there, you said, ask me afterwards if that motivation was lit again. Was it?
I would say there a little bit. It was a little spark, a little flame,
Okay.
but you kind of gotta feed it. You gotta feed
Yeah.
it. And
Gotta
that's my
feed into it.
responsibility. That's not nobody else's responsibility to, assume. But
Mhm.
yeah, yeah, I would
And
kind
then
of say like it put me in a good place at the end of it to be like, okay, let's go get this paper.
for
Let's go get
sure.
this work.
And just feeding off of that, piggybacking off of that, uh, Kayla said that you won't always be motivated. And as long as that little flame was there, now all you have to do is be disciplined, and your discipline will feed the flame.
Look, the discipline is getting out of my bed every morning and going to get in that trailer, knowing I'm sick of driving that damn trailer.
Yeah. Because no, and like I said, one day you'll get out of it. Or
I
just
need
be in a
to,
better position to make it happen. Just a better position.
I think the
Either way.
thing is, it's been 5 years. All right, what's next? Because I don't be keeping jobs.
And you've been doing this for a long time.
I've been doing this since COVID. It's been 5 years.
You have.
All right now. What's
I'm proud.
next, girl?
I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. Well, we know what's next. It's just a matter of putting together a plan
Yeah,
to
to
make
make
it
it happen.
sustainable. Yeah,
Yeah. So that's what we just
but
need. We just need to sit down and work it out. I
for
need
sure,
my
for sure.
invisible business partner back. Yeah, I need that to bounce back and forwards on. Um, but that's a conversation we'll have
Yeah, we'll
off.
talk about that later. Yeah, we'll talk about that later. Yeah. All right. Well, good people. Thank y'all so much for spending the last uh hour or so with us. We truly appreciate it. I think it was, I don't know what time is it. Oh, something like that. But yeah, I hope so. I hope you all, this all resonated with you and you enjoyed yourself and like, share, subscribe if you're looking for a community here in Atlanta. You're part of the pet. professional industry or pet industry.
You ain't gotta
Uh,
be black. You ain't
you
gotta
don't
be
have
black.
to be. You don't have to be.
I
We
would just come
welcome
out and
every.
say it. You ain't gotta be
You,
black.
you know that meme with Dave Chappelle. Come on, just come up. You don't have to be. No, we're just looking for professionals that just take the industry serious, want to build a community, want to give back, want to build resources, their network. Trust me, in this day and age, it's all about who knows you and who you know, not what you know, because you can always be taught the things that you don't know by somebody that knows you. So get out there and know somebody so that they can know who you are and build your business. Like, share, subscribe the PETx network. Look into Petlanta if you're looking for that community. So petlanta.org. And then follow us on Instagram at petlanta.inc. All right. Till next time.